Thank you for choosing ApplianceVideo.com. In this video, we will replace the Bellow. The Bellow is most commonly used in many Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and Roper washers. Our experts give this repair a Level 3 skill rating, Level 3 being moderate and may require some specialty tools and mechanical aptitude. The average time for completion of this repair is 40 minutes. ApplianceVideo.com advises you to take caution while performing this repair. During this video, you will see caution icons appear on the screen. Such icons include sharp edges, electrical dangers, gas and fire hazards, lifting hazards, water damage, and delicate components. You will need the following tools to complete this repair: a 1/4-inch nut driver, a number 20 Torx screwdriver, a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, a 1/4-inch socket wrench, and a flathead screwdriver. Stop! Before you begin this repair, make sure the appliance is unplugged from the wall outlet. Step 1. Removing the bellow. First, gain access to the rear of the washer. To access the interior components of your washer, we must first remove the top panel. The panel is held in place by 3 screws. Using a 1/4-inch nut driver, remove each of the 3 screws by turning them counterclockwise. We are now ready to remove the top panel. Caution: the edges of the panel are sharp. Slide the panel back and then lift it straight up and off. Now that you have removed the top panel, let's remove the front panel. Begin by pulling out the detergent drawer as far as you can. You will notice there is a locking tab in the back right corner that secures the drawer in place. Press the locking tab down and slide the drawer out to remove it. Using your number 20 Torx bit screwdriver, remove the left screw in the detergent frame by turning it counterclockwise. Then repeat this step for the right screw. Take note: to release the console assembly, there are 2 1/4-inch screws on the console bracket and 4 tabs that run across it. With your 1/4-inch bit, remove the left and right screw by turning them each counterclockwise. Using a number 2 slotted screwdriver, gently pry the right tab upward and work your way to the left. With the 3 tabs released, lift the last tab straight up with your hands. As you see, a wiring harness connects the console assembly to the CCU or central control unit. Untuck the wiring harness from the strain relief tab on the console assembly. Then pull the tab back on the harness and gently lift it straight up to remove. Now open the washer door to access and unsecure the bellow. We must first remove the bellow retainer or spring that holds the bellow into place. Lift the bottom of the bellow up, then place your number 2 slotted screwdriver underneath the spring and bend it out. Pull the spring towards you until the spring is completely removed from the bellow. Then untuck the bellow's lip from the rim of the front panel around the perimeter. Now push the bellow back behind the front panel. Notice the 2 top and bottom screws of the door latch. With your number 20 Torx bit screwdriver, remove the bottom and top screws by turning them counterclockwise, as this allows the door lock assembly to dangle. Next, close the washer door. Since the door latch will not keep the door closed, use a piece of tape to hold the door in place so it will not swing open or cause damage. We are now ready to take off the 7 screws that secure the front panel in place. There are 3 screws on the top and 4 screws on the bottom. With your 1/4-inch bit, remove each of the bottom screws by turning them counterclockwise. Take note, the top of the panel has 3 tabs to hold it in place when we take off the top 3 remaining screws. Now, with your 1/4-inch bit, remove each of the top 3 screws by turning them counterclockwise. With the screws removed, grasp the sides of the panel and lift it up to remove the 3 tabs from their corresponding slots. To gain access to the bellow, we must first remove the console bracket. The console bracket is held in place by 4 1/4-inch screws located on the front and top of the bracket, and a number 20 Torx screw located on the top left edge. Using your 1/4-inch nut driver, remove the screws located on the left and right of the bracket by turning them counterclockwise. Repeat this step for the remaining screws located on the left and right sides on top of the bracket. With your number 20 Torx bit screwdriver, remove the left Torx screw on the top edge of the cabinet by turning it counterclockwise. Now that the screws have been removed, we can take off the console bracket. Take note of the 2 tabs on each end that insert into the slots of the cabinet. Simply lift straight up and pull back to remove the bracket. Then pull the central control unit wire out of the panel's opening. We now have complete access to the bellow. Now let's remove the dispenser hose by firmly grasping the base and pulling the hose off. Next, use your number 2 Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the screw clamp on the top of the bellow by turning it counterclockwise. We are now ready to remove the bellow. Take note, the back edge of the bellow is tucked into the lip of the tub. To untuck, put one hand underneath the bellow and push it up to get it started. Then use your other hand to roll the bellow forward. Now continue to untuck the bellow and pull it out all around the tub. The spring will pop off. Simply remove it and set it to the side. With the bellow untucked, grasp the sides of it and pull it forward to remove. Take note, the hose connector on the bellow may or may not come with your new replacement bellow and is simple to take off. Also, there is a tab on the bellow, so you cannot install it the wrong way. Grasp the hose connector and twist while pulling out to remove. Step 2. Replacing the bellow. Now that you have a new bellow, let's replace it. Before we begin, let's install the hose connector. There is a tab on the bellow that corresponds with the large notch on the hose connector. If you turn the connector around, there is a small notch on it, but it will not fit into the tab. Therefore, you cannot install it the wrong way. Align the inlet connector and push it into the corresponding hole, wiggling it back and forth until it is flush. Make sure to twist the connector to align the tab with the notch. Before you attach the bellow to the tub, take note of the point on the bellow as it is a guide to show you the top center or 12 o'clock position. Now align and lift the point of the bellow to the top center of the tub. Then tuck and push in the bellow all the way around the outer lip of the tub. Make sure to double check the bellow is secured and tucked into place. Next, tuck the inner rim of the bellow into the lip of the tub. It is best to slightly pull up the rim so you can press it over the lip. Recheck the inner rim to make sure it is fully tucked into place. Then rotate the tub to make sure it spins freely and does not rub against the bellow. With your spring in hand, position the screw clamp to the right side for easier access. Tuck the spring around the bellow assembly and insert the spring into place around the outer lip of the tub. Using your number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, begin to tighten the screw clamp by turning the screw clockwise. Before you tighten any more, make sure the spring is set and secured into place. Then continue tightening the screw clamp until snug. Lastly, grasp the dispenser hose and slide it onto the connector. To reinstall your front panel, take notice of the 3 slots on the cabinet that correspond to the 3 tabs in the panel. Now, lift and align the 3 tabs on the front panel to the slots in the cabinet until flush. With your 1/4-inch bit, reinstall the panel's left top screw by turning it clockwise. Repeat this step for the middle and right screw. Next, we will reinstall the 4 bottom screws on the panel. With your 1/4-inch bit, tighten each of the 4 screws by turning them clockwise. Now that the front panel is secure, remove the tape on the side of the unit. Then open the washer door. We are now ready to secure the door latch. Slightly pull the bellow back and align the door latch into the slots of the panel. Then secure the latch by holding it in place with one hand and use your number 20 Torx bit screwdriver to reinstall the bottom screw by turning it clockwise until snug. Repeat this step on the upper screw. Take caution. Do not over-tighten the screws, as this could strip the door latch inserts. Tuck the bellow's lip under the rim of the panel. Repeat this step all the way around the tub. Next, reinstall the spring that secures the bellow by inserting the spring coil into the bottom center of it. Tuck the spring behind the lip of the bellow. You will need to use some force to continue to stretch the spring around the bellow assembly. After you have tucked the spring in, double check that it is behind the bellow and is secured into place. Close the washer door to make sure your door latch assembly and bellow are aligned correctly. Before reinstalling your console assembly, make sure the harness with the blue wires doesn't hang over the cabinet. Rather, it should go through the panel opening. We are now ready to connect the wiring harness with the blue wires from the CCU to the control board. Take note, the wiring harness with the blue wires can only fit in one terminal, since it is a different size. Grasp the harness and insert it into the left middle terminal in the control board. Then tuck the blue wires underneath the strain relief tab. There are 3 tabs on the bottom of the console assembly that corresponds with the 3 slots in the upper edge of the front of the cabinet, and the tabs on each end of the console match up with the triangle notches on each side of the cabinet. Now align the console's tabs to the holes in the cabinet and roll the console into place until the bottom and top is flush. The console assembly should go on fairly easily. If you have to force it to go on, the tabs may not be aligned properly. You should pull it back off and repeat the previous step. We are now ready to reinstall the knob. Remember, the knob is D-shaped. Match up the flat side of the shaft to the flat side of the knob and then slide it into place. To secure the console assembly, we will reinstall the 2 1/4-inch screws on each end. With your 1/4-inch bit, tighten both screws by turning them clockwise until snug. Next, we are ready to install the left and right screws in the frame of the detergent drawer. Using your number 20 Torx bit screwdriver, tighten both screws by turning them clockwise. Then firmly grasp the dispenser, align it to its frame, and slide it into place until flush. The locking tab will automatically snap the dispenser into place. To reinstall your top panel, locate the 2 oval slots on the underside of the panel. These oval slots will go over the screws and act as a guide to hold the top panel into place. Place the panel on top of your washer. Make sure the edge of the panel is placed on the front side of the top brace, not on the back side, as this will prevent the panel to slide forward. Now, slide the top panel forward. Use caution not to pinch your fingers. Before you secure the top panel, make sure it's flush against the unit. Now, push the panel down and reinstall each of the 3 screws using your 1/4-inch nut driver, turning them clockwise. Now, reconnect your appliance to the wall outlet. Congratulations! You have successfully completed this repair. Thank you for choosing ApplianceVideo.com.